What's up, world? Welcome to the Atruthersetyoufree show. We're diving deep into the real stories, the unfiltered truths, and the raw energy of the culture. This isn't your average podcast. This is a movement. We peeling back the layers on everything from the beats that shape our lives to the issues that define our streets. Expect powerful conversations, game-changing insights, and the kind of truth that resonates in your soul. I am here to amplify the voices that need to be heard and spark the discussions that matter. So, if you're tired of the noise and ready for the real, you've found the new home. Plug in, turn it up, and get ready to be set free. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the family. Let's get it!
I don't know, but we had lots of trouble here.
When the planes would fly over, we would see
the bullets were just raining down over us. The airplanes was up, just raining down the bullets.
You'll never forget that, right? That's something that will be always in your remembrance.
You could see telephone poles falling, fire, and that's when my little sister said, "Ken, is the world on fire?" I said, "I don't know, but we had lots of trouble here."
when the planes would fly over, we would see them dropping something to the rooftops of the different houses and setting them on fire.
There was an old man by the name of Melton Cook. He came to us one night. He said, "Old man, Keenan, you better get your family out of here. They're killing niggas in town. Hurry up and get them out."
4 men coming toward our house, and all of them had torches.
They set our house on fire. We were up there, 4 children, 5 kids, baby boy, my sister, and another 3 brothers.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready to record, just hit
It was just the sound of this bricks, stones, buildings blown up. You just the war torn.
People were killed, and you go in and see the people mangled. And then some people you never heard of anymore. You don't know where they were killed.
White guy asked, "When the hell you going?" And my grandpa said, "We're going out of town." And he said, "Not this day, you're not going out of town." Bam!
You saw your grandfather get shot?
I saw him get shot. Bam! Oh.
The people you just heard were some of the last surviving witnesses of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, the destruction of Black Wall Street. For nearly 80 years, their stories went untold, not because they had forgotten, but because nobody in any official capacity had ever asked. In 1997, the Oklahoma State Legislature created the Oklahoma Commission to study the Tulsa Race Riot of 1921. Its mission was to investigate what actually happened, and more importantly, to find the people who had lived through it and get their accounts on record before those accounts were gone forever. The commission appointed a Tulsa educator named Eddie Faye Gates to lead that effort. Gates identified 200 known survivors, people in their 80s, 90s, and past 100 years old. She traveled across the country to find them, to California, to Illinois, as far as Paris, France. Most of them had never spoken publicly about that night, some who had never even told their own children. She personally interviewed 136 of them, recorded on camera, preserved. By the time she finished, 103 of the 200 survivors she had found were already dead. The interviews that remain are some of the most important historical documents this country has produced, not just for what they tell us about 1921, but for what it means to carry a truth that the world refused to acknowledge for 80 years. What you're about to hear are 8 of those recorded testimonies, in the survivors' own words.
BlackIce, the proficient.
What's going on, Truth?
What up, brother?
Good morning, good brother.
You all right?
Yeah, up and at it, you know, slipping way back there.
Okay, we're ready to start.
Yeah. Okay.
I was wondering you popped up too, man.
Go
I
ahead.
said, watch my
Hi,
son
Eddie.
BlackIce
But
pop
trying
up.
to get a daily feel of it.
Yo, we gotta do a build
What
on
you
that
got going?
spiritual. Now I was just trying to see if
You
somebody
say
want to debate about record about history. You know, the people who see it from the, the 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 mainstream white people point of view, and you know how we look at it. You know,
right.
but yo, we got to do a build
I'm
on that spirituality shit. You heard?
on my mama.
We got to do a live on that shit, bro. Cause we got to get a real consensus from the people about that shit, son. You know what I'm saying? We got to we got to see, you know, how people really feel about that shit. You know what I'm saying? How people really looking at it, because it's like I feel like, damn, our people can't be that cold hearted and disconnected from spirituality, you know, that much, bro. Where, you know, they got the spirit of fucking accusations, and you know how the devil do all over the Bible, where he accuses you, like he tries to, basically he brings up Bible verses to try to accuse you of being a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's what people's doing to us. You know what I'm saying? Using the Bible to accuse it. That's why they call the devil the accuser. You know what I'm saying? Because he accuses you of being a hypocrite based on the Bible verses, but he know the Bible, but he used it to try to trick you up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Twisting it up.
Yeah. And it's like our own people is doing that shit against us. You know what I'm saying? And shit, and not realizing what spirit they operating in. You know what I'm saying? Once you start
Right.
doing that accusing shit, you definitely in the wrong spirit. When using the Bible verses to try to prove somebody, you already got your mind made up about your inner belief. You know what I'm saying? So you're not bringing these Bible verses up in a genuine way. You doing it to try to, you know, try to prove that I'm a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you're not even trying to get you're not even trying to get true understanding. You know what I'm saying? And
Man, I'm gonna tell you though, boy, that spirituality shit, man, that shit ain't easy to grasp, man.
yeah,
Because we living in reality, man, and what our eyes see, a lot of people just, you know what I'm saying, believe what they eyes see, and that's it. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And it's just how that's how their minds is locked, bro. And it's just what it is, bro. It's gonna take somebody to jailbreak their mind like a Roku, you know what I'm saying, like the goddamn Roku thing, you know what I'm saying? That TV stick, you know what I'm saying? They got all the TV channels on it, you know what I'm saying? That shit need to be
Yeah.
jailbroke.
And what I wanted to say was that that shit is not supposed to be easy to understand. You know what I'm saying? God ain't gonna give you everything all and spell everything out for you. See, people think that they could fucking that they could understand everything just all off one shot. Oh, I read this, so I understand this. No, all you doing is taking stuff that you truly don't understand and you putting it in little classification boxes in your head. And I hate when people do that, bro. I hate when people classify something that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like even when they try to trip us up and
Right.
say, oh yeah, God is doing evil and all this foolishness. You can't tell a nigga who created evil what's evil or what's not evil. Because he's the creator of it. You know what I'm saying? He knows all the purposes.
Right.
And they don't be understanding that God is a God of order. You know what I'm saying? When he sets something in motion, he even can't go against his own word to disrupt something at times. You know what I'm saying? So
That's right. That's right.
people don't understand why like a lot of people might die or bad stuff might be happening. That's because God set things in order. So even if he even if down in the future he had a remedy for it, he still got to go by the order that he set it. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that part. You know, like it's like damn, my nigga. It's like it's something that you don't understand. That means it's above you. That means you gotta seek it out. You gotta learn about it. It's a process. It ain't no just one day type of shit. You know what I'm saying, Black Ice?
Hell yeah. And there's some deep shit. Once you understand that it's something way more powerful and more important than you that you can't understand, it should humble you. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit should
Yeah.
humble you, and a lot of motherfuckers don't want to be humbled because their ego's too motherfucking big.
Hell yeah. And bro, like another thing that what up K Dog? Another thing that you was talking about, right? With the older people. Cause boom, when I used to be in church, right, my nigga, um, I had the most I had the most illest relationship with the older people, bro, and like they spirituality is at like an all time high, bro. I don't know if it's because of age or the experience or the time they've been on the earth, but they spirituality just is just coming up off them out their pores, bro. You know what I'm saying? Older people, bro, and
Right.
to be around them and to be amongst them, to get advice from them and to talk to them. That shit is like a blessing to have respect for them. Like that shit is like the one of the illest things, bro, that you could do with life with the elders, bro. Having respect for them and learning from them, and that shit is just a great thing, man.
I swear to God, bro. I get to talking about the power of God. You know what I'm saying? And I give them my spiel on it. Man, they'll get the hooping and hollering, man. They don't care where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm finna make them go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm finna fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? And they get to holler about some, boy, if you don't hush right now. You know what I'm saying? You know how them old folks get to talking. You know what I'm saying? They get to talking
Yeah,
that old school cloth talk. You know what I'm saying? Boy, if you don't get on up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, it's like a powerful connection. You know what I'm saying, to the ancients. You know what I'm saying, to the ancestors.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like a connection that once you get to talking about that, how it break down the barrier. You know what I'm saying? Because they see us as youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Look, youngsters. They don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? But then you get to talking
yeah.
about that old wisdom, man. They be like, this nigga here is different. You know what I'm saying?
And
This dude here different, man.
it's like yo, you could be expressing something about your life, right? And that shit is so important, and that shit is so fucking like it could be like it could be causing real problems in your life, or it could be like really important. But to them, That shit be like, it be like, I got that figured out already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
just the way they respond to it is like, god damn, like, damn, this shit right here is like super affecting me. But it's like with their wisdom and their experience and shit, it's like, it's like it's nothing to them. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't. It's nothing because they know how to goddamn me move mountains. You know what I'm saying? They know how to move mountains spiritually. You know what I'm saying? They know how to goddamn me part the sea like Moses did. You know what I'm saying? Walking on water, all that shit. They do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They know the power of it. You know what I'm saying? They know the spiritual meaning, you know what I'm saying, in the process, you know what I'm saying, that you have to, you know what I'm saying, that you have to put forth to actually do these things. Because when we hear it, we thinking physically, this nigga walked on water. The fuck they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Hell no, they can't walk on no motherfucking water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But they ain't talking about physically walking on water. You know what I'm saying? They talking about some spiritual shit. You know what I'm saying? And them elders, they can break it down and give it to you just like how you know what I'm saying, for you to understand. You be like, oh, so that's what they was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That shit is some wild shit, man. I think it's game. You know what I'm saying? I take it as it's like game. You know what I'm saying? Information you can use to, you know what I'm saying, to navigate through this world, because the world wicked, and you need information to, you know what I'm saying, to operate in these wicked places. You know what I'm saying? You need that. You need that old school prayer warrior power. You know what I'm saying? Know how to change the mood in the room. You know what I'm saying? And all that old type of shit. You need that old school spiritual power. Motherfuckers just don't know how to
yeah.
use it.
And that's another thing, bro. It's like I can't lie about the Holy Spirit, bro. I hear where other people be coming from with all the hypocrisy with the Bible and with preachers and all that. I understand all of that shit. I'm not gonna say I don't understand it and how it could be a scheme and the church could be used as a scheme and all that other shit. And I do understand all of that. But at the end of the day, bro, I seen that Holy Spirit at work, brother. When that Holy Spirit is moving, bro, that shit bring a grown man to tears. It bring a gangster to tears. It bring
Right.
anybody to tears. I done seen the Holy Spirit hop inside somebody, bro, and it get a person the ability to read everybody that's there and know what they going through, and be able to talk to them and tell them what they going through. Yo, you going through this right here, so God wants you to do this. You going through this right here, so God wants you to do this. You going through this right here. I done seen that shit with my own eyes, my nigga. The
Right.
Holy Spirit do stuff like that and read people's inner thoughts, their deepest secrets, and what they going through in their life, bro. So that shit is a real thing, bro. That shit ain't fake, my nigga. That Holy Spirit ain't a fake thing, my nigga.
Hell no, that shit ain't fake.
So, and
Hey,
that
a
shit
lot of
don't.
hey man, it's the not knowing, bro. When a motherfucker can't grasp it and knowing, the nigga throw that shit to the ground. Man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's just like something when a motherfucker can't beat a level. A nigga fuck around and tear the joystick out the motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know, try to break that bitch because he can't beat that level. That's just it's just a level that a lot of people can't grasp. Like I was telling them, nigga, you can't read the Bible.
yeah.
It's
And
unreadable. You got to
and
study it. You know what I'm saying?
and,
And you go to
and
reading it
the
like a book, you ain't gonna get it.
and the Holy Spirit comes on stronger when it's more people unified and worshiping and humbling themselves and just being less physical and being more spiritual. That shit gets stronger and stronger and reveal itself even more and more. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
That's
hey,
another
listen.
thing.
My T Jones, she used to catch the Holy Ghost, right? At church. I'm talking about when I was little, me and my cousin used to look at each other and laugh. You know, we used to snickle. You know what I'm saying? We like, man, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? That type of business. We look at each other and laugh. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older, right, I used to have to hold my mama up. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
she got on heels, bro.
yeah,
Nigga, up to my nigga, nigga, if you don't watch your motherfucking feet, you hear me? She
yeah,
gon' she gonna stab your motherfucking feet to death, boy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And she
yeah,
and it's like she don't give a damn.
yeah,
Move your feet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
All that hopping and jumping around, bro. You be like, damn, because you don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you say, bro. It's a spirit that hit your ass and it move you.
yeah. Like,
Man, look.
like when you in the spirit, like God reveals stuff to you. He'll go through your head and show you everything that's going wrong in your life and what you need to do about it to fix it and all that when you in the spirit, bro. Like when you sit down and humble yourself, he start revealing all types of stuff to you. Like he'll show you your eye, yo. And he'll show it to you all in your head in a glimpse. Like yo, you need to fix the relationship with your daughter. You need to fix the relationship with your pops. You need to fix the relationship with your boss. You need to fix this relationship with this person and that person. And he start revealing stuff to you. You know what I'm saying? And niggas be acting like this shit is some fake shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Man, look. I don't know what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what made a lot of them. I don't know what made motherfuckers goddamn be, you know what I'm saying, sell their soul for a jelly roll. Cause that's what they did, bro. Because if you can't get a hold of that spirituality, and when we talk about it, you dismiss it and say fuck God and all that shit, bro. Something happened. You know what I'm saying? Something happened in from when you was young all the way up to the time of right now. You can tell, brother, because it's talking. When the motherfucker get to talking like that, the spirit should talk to you too, and let you know, hey, something wrong with this brother. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to stop talking to him. You know what I'm saying, and move on. You know what I'm saying? Because you can hear the wickedness coming up out of them.
Hell yeah, when your spirit is just like in immediate defiance, you know what I'm saying? It's like damn. It's like all right. It's three. It's a bunch of ways you could be, bro. You could you could be banging on God, like nigga, fuck God, or fuck God, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You could be banging on God. That shows that your spirit is ultimately in the wrong place. Then you could be in a state of just misunderstanding. Like I don't understand that shit. I'm not gonna
Right.
bang on it. I just don't understand it. I'm not gonna speak against it. I just don't understand it. Then you could be at a point where, nigga, a point in your life where you yearning for understanding, and it might not even be to try to understand God. You might just needed understanding and peace, and that might be the shit that fills up that spot in you. You know what I'm saying? And then it's another way you could be looking at it, and then you could be a person that's really actively in the spirit, and you understanding, you know, you know, you know, how to apply yourself and when not to apply yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Man, I'm all the way tapped in. Shit. When we talking about that spirit, man, and that word, man, I know it's a living thing. Shit, so I'm on it.
Yeah, man. They say God is the God of the living. You know what I'm saying? So like, and another thing people bring up all the time is how innocent people die and stuff like that. But in all actuality, spirits don't die. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at it from a God point of view, God ain't looking at it like nobody's dying for real. You might look at it like they physical is dying, but they spiritual can never die. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people just going back to the state of eternity.
They just want to make excuses not to worship, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's just excuse after excuse because once you'll debunk that and then they move on to something else about, you know what I'm saying? What else? What about this? What about this? What about this? You know what I'm saying? People like that, that's that lost sheep. You know what I'm saying? Or the motherfucker that's like Lazarus that's dead. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Lazarus was dead. What motherfucker was dead 4 days? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And and sometimes, you have to talk to the dead places in people's life. You know what I'm saying? The dead places, the dead spots, because motherfuckers is dead spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Dead emotionally. You know, dead when it comes down to having humility. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk to them areas in their life, you know what I'm saying, to bring life back into that area. See, but motherfuckers, they reject it. You know,
Yeah.
they gonna
Like
reject it
like
because
like
they don't
like
understand. Go ahead.
like when somebody say, "Yo, I got it figured out. I'm past that. I done graduated from that." That's when I know, like, oh, bro, you way off. You way off. Once you think you graduated from understanding the power of the spirit and the power of God, once you feel like you graduated from that shit, then it's like, all right, bro, that means you way off. You don't think that you got this shit figured out. And then that puts you in jeopardy because that means God's gonna humble you down the line. And you don't want to go through situations where God gotta humble you and open your eyes. And so man, that shit crazy, bro.
Yeah, I was telling them what don't bend is gonna break. That's the universal law. You know what I'm saying? What don't bend eventually breaks. So shit, motherfucker, if you ain't bending your will and bending to the will and the power of God and yielding yourself to that, man, listen. Eventually, your ass is you gonna break. Your spirit gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying?
What the Bible say? Exhort yourself and you'll be humbled. But the humble was always exalted.
Right, right. You gonna be. I'm talking about lifted up. You gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You gonna always be spiritually higher. You know what I'm saying? Than all these other motherfuckers.
Yup.
You gonna always be exalted higher and over all that shit.
When you humble yourself, people always talking good about you. They you know what I'm saying? They spreading good stuff about you. They talking good about you, and you always be exalted because you always in a humble state. But when you start exalting yourself, then God got to put you in a situation where I got to humble this person to I gotta bring him low. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
But
always say, listen, I always say God will spank you. You know what I'm saying? When you doing shit, you know what I'm saying, and you getting the way of letting it's getting in the way, trying to handle shit yourself instead of letting God work, he'll spank you because you getting in the way. It's like you getting in the way of a cosmic train. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and a lot of times niggas put too much energy into proving what's wrong or right. It really ain't about nobody else but you and your relationship with God. Like that's what it's really about. Because once you stop trying to prove everybody wrong and showing the hypocrisy and this, the hypocrisy and that, it ain't really about all of that. It's about you with your creator, you know what I'm saying, and how y'all dealing with each other and how he's working on your life and you getting to know him better, you know what I mean, throughout this journey of life that we on. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
like goddamn, and a lot of people don't fucking like I said, some people gotta get humbled. Niggas don't start opening their eyes until a calamity happens. To bad stuff happen, my nigga, and then niggas start thinking different and niggas start a lot of people get faced with death or heartbreaking stuff happen to you in your life. It ain't no
Disease,
explanation.
disease
Yeah,
too. Disease will
disease.
humble your motherfucking ass, boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Stuff that you can't explain it,
That
and that's when
calamity, that
that's when you
calamity
start
of
seeking
motherfucker,
God.
boy.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you start embracing the idea of God. When stuff happen out of your control, because niggas think that just a man could control everything, and the shit is bigger than just you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely is, bro. And look, and that's why I study. I study like I study that, bro. The spirit, man. I'm into that type of shit, bro. I study that shit, bro. I don't just deal with the Bible when it come down to that shit. I deal with the philosophies. You know what I'm saying? The theologies, all this shit when they talking about this shit, and I bring it all together. You know what I'm saying? And I come up with a cold ass, you know what I'm saying, a cold delivery. You know what I'm saying? With all of it rolled up into one. You know what I'm saying? Like how I understand the spirit, bro, is like say for instance, bro, it's like a motherfucker. You can be dealing with a person every day, bro, and you can actually feel their spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they spirit, they inside of a house, they spirit can feel the room. You know what I'm saying? How they feeling. You know what I'm saying? They move. You
Yeah.
can go into that room and you can actually feel that tension. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
You
Yep.
know, your woman can be at the house all day, kids going crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Tension high. When you come in, all that stress come up out of there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a power, you know what I'm saying, inside of you. You know what I'm saying? That you have it's like a power that you have inside of you, bro, that you were tapped in with. You connected with God, bro. If you understand the order, God, man, woman, and child, bro, you know what I'm saying? You can actually tap into that actual divine power, man. And people don't understand that, bro. You actually
Yeah.
can pray over a motherfucker and change they whole reality, they whole mind state, they whole
Yeah.
biology.
Like sometimes God will tell you what to say. He'll tell you like, yo, say something to that person right now. You know what I'm saying? He'll be like, yo, say this to her. Say something encouraging.
Right.
You know, like man, that shit is such a real thing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm definitely tapped in, man. I'm talking about to the highest degree, bro. Because like I say, I watch my aunties, you know what I'm saying, operating that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual healers and warriors. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Go when they don't want you better not say you somebody pray for me. They gonna say, where you at? You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to hear that shit. Talking about some pray for me. Y'all pray for me. Where you at? We on our way. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of timing they was on. You know what I'm saying? All that old
Yeah,
bullshit talking about some that old dry talking about pray for me where you at. I'm finna come where you at and pray over you. Lay hands
yeah.
on your ass.
Like the power of prayer is strong, bro. When you worship, my nigga, and you fucking get on your knees, man, and you pour your heart out to God, man. Your deepest pains and hurts and all the stuff that's messed up in your life, but you want to fix it, but you need God help to fix it because you can't fix it all by yourself. Like, come on, brother. Like niggas be acting like this shit is a joke or a game or something, man. Like, and listen, man.
They ain't serving God, bro. They serving something else. What you think about that?
Yeah, man.
It's evident.
They serving themselves, man, and they didn't get humbled yet. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get humbled, man. Like all decisions is gonna lead down a certain road, man. And some niggas it take them a bunch of times to get it right. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can't change automatically. But the good thing is that you recognize where you was wrong at. You know what I'm saying? And then you slowly start change to your character. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right. But see, when you caught in that loop though, bro, you know what I'm saying? When you in that loop of selling your soul, you know what I'm saying? Instead of selling your soul, not you know what I'm saying, disregarding the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? Disregarding
Yeah.
spirituality, bro. It's gonna come to a point to where shit, nigga, that you done took back seat of your life. Now
When
in
you
it,
got
everything in it, the shit that's important in your life is money. You know what I'm saying? All this old type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, it ain't nothing spiritual about your life no more. Everything is
yeah,
like a tangible thing.
yeah, like when you're not understanding that the decisions you make have an effect in the spiritual world. The things that you do, bro. Like you're building up You're building up certain energies. You're building up certain consequences that has an effect in the spiritual world, and they're gonna translate eventually. You know what I'm saying? And people don't be understanding that shit, my nigga. And
Manifest, right? They
yeah, shit is
manifest.
gonna manifest. The same way how you keep doing good and you working towards something, and you doing right by it, and you staying diligent, that shit manifests too. But it works the same way when you doing evil, son. And people act like God is not understanding. Like, where he ain't gonna work with you with in situations. Like, he gonna work with you. He don't expect you to be perfect. He gonna work with you right where you at. Yeah, I might curse sometimes. I might get angry sometimes. I might not, make the right decisions all the time. But he's still gonna work with you if you're trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Based on your
Right.
understanding, you can grow. So
It's about, hey man, it's about growing into a motherfucking giant. You know what I'm saying? I think, man, when I think about myself spiritually, I feel like I'm powerful than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like my
yeah, I hear
aura,
you.
is like 15 feet tall type shit. You
Yep,
know what I'm
yep.
saying?
That's how
That's
you
how I
feel.
feel in the
You feel
spiritual
like
in the
feel like you
spiritual
got a
realm.
feel like you got an army with you. You feel like you got a whole army with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't feel alone, and you don't feel like you all by yourself. You feel like you got an army with you. You know, with you with every decision you make, and if you wanna pursue something good, you wanna act on something good, it's gonna be backed up by all these, all this good energy, that's flowing through you and around you.
Definitely. Cause look, I'm a
Yeah,
spiritual warrior, right? I'm a spiritual warrior. So when it come down to the spiritual warrior, bro, it's like you got to learn the power of casting, binding, and loosing. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to
yeah,
deal with
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Learn how to deal with that type of energy, right?
yeah.
And when you're dealing with that type of energy, you got to also speak over yourself and know how to deal with that energy trying to fuck with coming to you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like your
yeah,
thoughts. Your
yeah,
thoughts, they call the shit in science, they call it intrusive thoughts, right? But intrusive thoughts, that ain't nothing but the motherfucking devil.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can wake
Get
up.
you to do
You can
shit
wake
that you
up.
know goddamn well that ain't you.
You can wake up. Start your day to one person, and you see the devil working through them because they not in the right spirit. They ain't take care of what they need to take care of for the morning. They ain't get their prayers in. They didn't put their protection on them. So uh, the devil will utilize them to try to, to try to get into your spirit and get you in a negative mind frame. And you gotta learn
Right.
how to recognize it and shut it down. If that's what you're trying to say, right?
Right,
Sometimes.
yeah. They external weather, right? They external weather is uh they move. You know what I'm saying? And how they trying to make you feel, right? They trying to change your internal weather with their external weather. If you feeling what I'm saying, they trying to make you feel a certain way. Well, how they feeling? They broadcasting the way they feel, trying to change the way you feel inside. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? It's a power in it. You know what I'm saying? With negativity, the only way you can fight negativity, bro, is with positivity. It ain't no other way. It's a duality.
That's right. That's right.
You, you know what I'm saying? The only way you can fight hate is with love. It's a dual. It's a duality. It ain't. It's no other way. It's equally powerful. Motherfuckers will think that it's weakness, but no, it's equally powerful. When it come down into the spiritual realm, it's a battle. It's like a cosmic battle, bro.
It's a cosmic battle, bro. when your thoughts when you stir something in your heart and you want to bring it into fruition, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure it's coming from the right place. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And it's coming from your heart. Your heart is the seat. Your heart is like the seat of your spirit or your consciousness. You know what
Yep,
I'm
yep,
saying? And so how people experience life, bro, is a lot of people experience it first through their heart. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people heart ain't right. You know what I'm saying? A
yep,
lot of
yep,
folks
yep.
heart ain't right. That's why they act the way they acting, bro. You know what I'm saying? They fucked up. So however they experience this shit, they gonna experience it through a fucked up way. So we talking about God. They done experience God in a fucked up way. You know what I'm saying? Because they heart fucked up. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Everything they do, it's gonna be in a fucked up way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Until they get their spirit right, until they get their heart right. You know what I'm saying? Until they what they say, the elders say, close the gateway of their heart.
Yep. 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 Your heart be in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying?
You goddamn
And so
right. It damn sure ain't with God.
that's where your intentions and all that shit come from your heart. So that you making decisions, but deep down in your heart, you know, you got some type of quarrel with God. You got some type of quarrel within yourself. You got some type of regret. You got some type of hurt. You got some type of something, and all everything that's pouring out from you is your decisions, and all your decisions is all fucked up because your heart is not in the right place. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. And when your heart, hey, listen, and when your heart with the Lord, bro, or with God, bro, it's filled with joy. Can't nothing get in there. It ain't no room for nothing else. It ain't no room for hate. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Because you
Like
feel
sometimes
with the joy, you feel with the abundance. You know what I'm saying? You recognizing the the small shit that you got. You looking at that shit like, damn, thank God I got it. You know
yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
sometimes you might wake up and your heart don't be in the right place, and you gotta just talk to God like, your God, look, I'm going through some shit this morning. My heart ain't in the right place, Lord. Please, I know I'm gonna give my heart to you, Father. Take this, Father. Please
Mm-hmm.
do what you will, because I can't deal with it right now. So I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna just put my faith in you, and then I'm gonna try to get through this day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times people can't humble themselves, and they can't really grasp the fact that all that is a real thing. That's a
Hey,
real thing.
you said a deep thing, bro. The crushing weight of the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck can you
Yeah,
lift that? You can't lift that physically. You gonna need help with that. You gonna need God's power to lift the weight of the world. And that's what's wrong with these motherfuckers. They crush their spirit. You know what I'm saying? They spirits are crushed. A lot of people, a
they
lot of
don't understand
motherfuckers.
that it's our nature. It's in our nature to be to have evil thoughts. It's in our nature to be in to be in a negative mind frame. So we need assistance. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So it's like, shit, man. There's people out there who's just positive people. You know what I'm saying? And shit, man. God bless them. But it's a lot of us be needing assistance with it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it's a process that we got to go through to grow out of that way of thinking. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro. You got to learn, we got to stop letting, you know what I'm saying, letting everything invade into our hearts and our minds, bro. You know what I'm saying, like negative thoughts, bro. Like we was talking about last night. Them negative thoughts, that ain't nothing but negative spirits. You know, that's negative. That's those dead entering into. We got to learn how to battle and keep that shit up out of our mind, bro. A lot of people are weak minded, bro,
Yo,
and
Ice.
weak defensively.
It was a time in my life, bro, that I was so fucked up that I used to have positive things and read them every morning just to change the way that I think, bro. I used to
Right.
have to write, yo. Look. This is going good in your life. Look, you got your mother. If your father's still alive, your mother's still alive. You got a good relationship with your daughter. You got a good relationship with your son. You got a job. You got this going for you. You about to get this. You about to get that. I used to have to write them shits down and read them every day, just so
Right.
I wouldn't be a negative nigga.
Man, count your blessings, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just count your blessings, man. I can dig that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where a nigga come from, boy, a nigga be fucked up, boy. You know what I'm saying? A nigga be fucked up, especially mentally, mentally. You be fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Cause we nigga don't thought negative so long.
Yeah,
It's negative is what you want. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to think positive.
yeah.
You think positive, you might get smoked. You know what I'm saying?
And then you let all that shit build up, and you don't know, like, damn, man, I'm carrying a whole bag full of negative thoughts and negative thinking and negative everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And goddamn, my decisions that I'm making is not even pure when I'm making them. You know what I'm saying? Yo, yo,
Hey, listen, possessed by a demon, possessed by negativity.
yep,
You know what
yep,
I'm
yep.
saying? On my mama, bro, you ain't alone, my nigga. I got that same testimony, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come from where it ain't no smiling going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the middle of some war shit. You better not be doing no smiling. The motherfucker gonna catch you and do something to you. Cause they see weakness in you. You know what
Yep,
I'm saying?
yep,
They see
yep.
positivity up in you. You know what I'm saying? They see that positivity up in you. So they be like, shit, I see this nigga here. That's a weakness in the street. Especially with devilishness. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Shit.
yep, yep,
A
yep,
good heart, man, your ass is grass.
yep.
Your
Good heart,
food.
yeah, ass grass, bro. You
Yeah, your food
know what I'm saying?
in the belly of the beast type shit. And when you come out of that, bro, you know what I'm saying? Thank God, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never, you know what I'm saying? He didn't never take his hand off your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you still here. You know what I'm saying? With a changed mind. In a healthy spirit. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Like niggas around you might not understand that shit. Like, damn, my nigga, when you embrace having a good heart and your intentions is good and all that shit, that shit to a nigga in the street, nigga, they might look at it like, yo, this nigga, like, just like you saying, Black Ice, nah, this nigga's fool, this nigga's weak, this nigga, and misunderstand it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that shit is just crazy, bro. And that shit, it's a dangerous thing. It's a real thing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same demon that be possessing these people in these circles when we be talking. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, fuck God.
Yep.
That's that same spirit that's possessing these people in the streets, and they be like, man, this nigga fool. That's the same spirit, bro. It's the same
Same spirit.
spirit. Same spirit.
Same destructive spirit, man. Same spirit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga heart is pure. So niggas don't understand that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And how you purify it. You purify with the water and the fire and all that old shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like water is like, you know what I'm saying? I guess water is like a purifier. You know what I'm saying? Fire is like a thing that burns away shit. You know what I'm saying? Burns away germs and all that old shit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's a thing. It's like a spiritual thing. Motherfuckers is just too much in their flesh, man. A motherfucker got to get out their flesh, man, and get it to some spiritual shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause
Yep.
we battling the spiritual battle. Soon as we jump up out the goddamn bed, soon as we wake up, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you'll get a call that disturb your spirit in the middle of the goddamn night. Whoop de whoop got shot and killed last night. What? Man, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You know what I'm saying? Or change your whole atmosphere. Your room was, you know what I'm saying, Now you done been woke up to this news. Now it's your whole feel set now. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
Shh. It's a deep thing, bro. It's a deep goddamn thing, man. I'm just happy.
Word,
Look, man,
Black
I'm just happy
Ice,
I know
man.
how to work it. I'm just happy I know how to work with it, man, and deal with this shit and use it in my everyday life, bro, my everyday walk, bro, to be a warrior and a healer. You know what I'm saying? To see the homelessness, you know what I'm saying? To see the motherfucking the greed, you know what I'm saying? To see the hate, to see the love, to see all that shit and understand that shit is like a, you know what I'm saying? It's like a condition. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like a spiritual
Yep.
condition. Fuck all the other shit. I know it's a physical condition because I can see it. You know what I'm saying? But it's something deeper.
Yep. Yep. And how deep it is and where it spring from and where it really come from. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah, where it really come from, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. And then shit, man, that shit really it really breaks down your decisions even more specifically. You feel me? Even it down if you run at somebody and they be like, "Yo, come with me
Right.
here," or it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit, man. How you choose the people that you deal with. That shit, you know, it's like because you want to be around people who have the same understanding. Also, because if they don't,
Right.
then they vulnerable to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
I just know, look, man, being in these places, bro, these channels and shit is revealing. You know what I'm saying? Shit show.
But shit, Black Ice, I always like how you never switched up your you know your view when it comes to spirituality and I respect how you never changed up your view on spirituality, man. I respect that shit a lot, bro.
Hell no, I ain't gonna change it up neither. Because it's important. That's what the people missing. That's why we can't get along, bro. Niggas ain't aligned spiritually. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about no goddamn me. But nigga want to be a Muslim. Fuck that. He can be a Muslim. He can be a Christian. He a this and that. But if we ain't aligned spiritually, you ain't got no spirit. I got one. Or you know what I'm saying? I'm aligned. You know, we supposed to be possessed by, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking me peace. You know what I'm saying? To get along. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
my nigga. Now, if niggas is out here thinking, oh, I could, it's about me. I could do, you know, I could do everything on my own. It's all about me, and you know, I can manifest anything. You know what I'm talking about, Black Ice. That thinking that niggas be
Yeah.
having with it's all, it's just all about you. You know what I'm saying?
They say they God. They say fuck that. I'm God. Not God. Ain't a God. I'm God. That type of shit. That what you talking about, truth? When them niggas say shit, they say that they try to use the Bible and say this what the Bible say. So I am
Yeah,
God. But you know what I'm saying? But missing the whole goddamn story about the shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even sticking to the script or what the fuck it's saying. You know what I'm saying? They ain't applying no
I,
commandments or nothing. Just
when when they
you know what I'm
when
saying?
they start saying that anything outside of me is I don't need nothing that's outside of me. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's where it gets like, what? What do you mean you don't need nothing that's outside of you, my nigga? Like you ain't create the world, you didn't create yourself. You know what I'm saying? You do need stuff that's outside of you. You know what I'm saying? It's like being peaceful and all that shit. That shit don't just come out of nowhere, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You need assistance to
Right.
be in that right spirit. You know what I'm saying? So Niggas wonder why niggas can't get along. They feel like, it's just me. I could do it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, and and uh, and that's the problem because you need something outside of yourself to humble yourself, man. If niggas can't humble themselves, they can't be at peace. You know what I'm saying? And can't be at peace with
Right.
others.
Everybody gonna be a victim to them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about them. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all usury. You know what I'm saying? If I'm fucking with this nigga, what am I getting up out of this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? How can I use this motherfucker to gain something? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's always gonna be when a motherfucker get to where he is me, 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 me. It's all about them. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't. It can be all about you. But praise God in everything you do, though. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Praise God in everything you do. You know what I'm saying? If you have a bullshit, praise God. You know what I'm saying? Don't get super, ooper, duper, duper drunk to where you fighting folks and doing crazy ass bullshit and all that old shit. You know what I'm saying? Making yourself look like a fool. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? None
like,
of that
like
type of
life
action.
ain't perfect, but it's no way that you could tell me that somebody didn't set up these circumstances for us to set up this environment for us. You know what I mean? Somebody created this environment for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And it's like I don't know how people can understand that basic concept. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard. It ain't an easy concept to grasp, bro. Because they so stuck on nigga. That's they think belief. Somebody done told them something about. Somebody done dissed them and told them something bad about belief, and somebody done said something bad about imagination. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that these is science. It's a place where science has to stop. Where science can't do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? To where science, you know what I'm saying? It comes to an end. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It can only measure so far. You feel me? Science can only measure so far when it comes down to this shit.
Yeah. It's a line where this where science stops and this where faith begins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And they can't explain it. It's just shit they can't explain, bro. Like you say, it's shit above us that we can't, it's just some shit that we can't grab, bro. It's too high. It's too high in the sky, man.
Yeah, and that's what's preventing niggas from working together. Like, cause niggas gotta realize, all right, yo, it's something out there that's bigger than us. So look, me and you, it's something bigger than us. So me and you, we gotta humble ourselves. We gotta submit the way both of us feel. You know what I'm saying? To humble ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
We got to understand we are sons of God. Therefore, bro, we supposed to be working in God. We supposed to be working with God, bro. Not working with the devil with all this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be working with God. Like it commands you in the book. It tells you, bro, that you supposed to have the power to trample over scorpions, snakes, and all the things that creep and crawl at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shit, a snake if you look at me, a snake ain't nothing but a nigga that's a snaky ass nigga, somebody I can't trust. You know what I'm saying? Scorpions, you know what I'm saying? All that old shit. That's like, it's a deep thing to what they trying to say, bro. You supposed to have to where you supposed to command that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Make that shit get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Man, bro, I don't be understanding, man, to where how they don't understand you supposed to fight against that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You can see a motherfucker with a negative spirit on him. You supposed to goddamn me get at him and, you know what I'm saying, bring him up into a positive state.
Yeah, yep. Supposed to recognize that shit. You know,
Yeah,
you could rebuke it, or you could bring it under submission. You know what I'm saying?
that's right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you do it through. It's like conversation, bro. It's just conversation, bro. Man, yeah, all right, bro. God damn, nigga, you sure look like you going through something. Nigga ain't had a haircut. You know what I'm saying? You stressing? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nigga going through this, bro. You know what I'm saying? You talking to a man, hey, bro, cheer up, bro. Nigga, you don't remember that badass bitch that you had? You know what I'm saying? Just excuse me about, you know what I'm saying, cussing, you know what I'm saying, through while we talking about spirituality. I'm just saying, it's the thing, like you say, encouragement, the power of that. Not just encouragement, remembrance. You know what
Yep,
I'm
yep,
saying?
yep,
Man, bro,
yep,
that shit is it's a powerful thing. It's like you casting a spell. You know what I'm saying? But making this motherfucker mind goddamn me wait. This nigga here sleeping shit, depressed and shit. You done woke his ass up. Nigga, wake up, nigga.
yep,
Up out
yep,
of that
yep,
sleep. You know what I'm saying? For you end up going to a depressed state and you know what I'm saying? And this spirit actually had you been cutting on yourself and all type of weird shit.
yep. Cut that shit out right where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Shit, man. Like God, how you, man? God, how you doing that shit all day? Sometime, man. God, how you running into people? Hold on, how you doing, man? What's up? What's going on? You good? Nah,
Right.
listen. That. God to give you the words to say and everything, man. You give you the words to say. You know what I'm saying?
You at work, bro. It's that spiritual power, bro. You at work, bro. You always at work for God, bro. Because you are the son of God, bro, and you walking this earth, bro. This earth is the devil's playground.
And then you know when people really bet, when people really you know, they got a real vendetta when they start banging on God. Man, when they start banging on God, it's like, man, you definitely done twisted something. You know what I mean? So got hurt or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Something happened. Something happened. You letting it be known. 'Cause when
yeah, I see.
niggas start banging on God, you know that God touched them in a sore spot. You know what I'm saying?
Rubbed them the wrong way.
Or
Something
deep
happened.
down in your heart, you know that what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah, something happened. Something happened. And goddamn me, you know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying? That they couldn't control. You know what I'm saying? That was up under. You know what I'm saying? That they couldn't control in the situation physically. You know what I'm saying? Some shit had happened.
Yep. Like a God might have allowed you to get hurt, or God might have allowed something that you blaming him for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Something had happened, bro, in his life. You know what I'm saying? To where it changed his life completely, and he blame they blaming God for it. So they start saying, God, what if God let all these folks die? God did this and that, but really they saying God did something to me. Also, you know what I'm saying? That's their testimony. They have a testimony. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't really speaking on their testimony. They just speaking on shit in general.
Yep. Yep. That's a part of their testimony. You know what I'm saying? And they coming back with a bad report. You know,
Yeah,
they just misunderstood what happened.
I had a bad rapport with God for a long time, bro, for some many years, bro.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I would have said some of that shit. I would have said some of the shit that come out them niggas mind, out them niggas mouths and all that shit. I would have said all that shit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep. Me too.
But I had
Me
went
too.
down. I had went to New Mexico down there with my homeboy and shit. And I got to breathe some of that mountain air, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And got to sit down and study and read and shit. I got bit by that learning bug, cause that nigga, he like a gangster, but that nigga's like an educated nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga was studying 24/7 and shit, grinding, smoking and shit. I said, man, I went to getting bit by that bug. And I went to studying and shit, reading the Bible and studying the Quran at the same time. Both of them.
Yep.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? And studying outside of it. You know what I'm saying? With history and everything else. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Nigga got bit by that bug. You know what I'm saying? Nigga grew spiritually. When I came back, niggas thought I was a Muslim. I wasn't no goddamn Muslim. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way I carry myself. It damn near seemed like goddamn Islam.
Yeah. You got some spiritual growth. Spiritual
Yeah.
growth.
Spiritual growth like a motherfucker, bro. When I came back, niggas thought I was a Muslim. Niggas like to my, some of my older homeboys, to my, you a Muslim now, brother? You know what I'm saying? Nigga was kicking that knowledge. Nigga wasn't talking about. Nigga was on the Nigga be in the middle of the hood. We in the hood kicking it, nigga. We in this bitch having a debate done broke out. You know what I'm saying? Not a shooting. You know what I'm saying? They truthful.
Yeah. I hear you.
A debate done broke out, nigga. Everybody surrounding it. Not everybody arguing and debating, trying to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know, it's a spiritual thing, bro. Our people are suffering spiritually, bro. Dead in the grave. A dead people. You know what I'm saying? When they talk about when they say a dead people spiritually, that's our people, bro.
Yep. That's what it is, man. Because they just believe in the physical. They think and everything, and things that they don't understand. They not willing to seek it and be diligent. You know what I'm saying? And understanding, man, to grow spiritually.
And you got like Jesus did to Lazarus, bro, when he went down to Bethany. He was mad, bro. In the Greek, I mean, in the regular, in the version we read, when he went down to Bethany, because Lazarus had died, right? He had been dead 4 days. So when Jesus made it in the version that we read, it said that he was upset. You know what I'm saying? He was just he was just, you know what I'm saying? He was hurt. But in the real version, you know what I'm saying? He was pissed the motherfucker off, nigga. He was snorting like a war horse. Hands were shaking. You know what I'm saying? He was pissed off about that, bro. And he went to the grave of Lazarus. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. He went to the grave of it. He didn't get mad. He didn't pick up a sword and go kill some motherfuckers and none of that. He went straight to the grave, nigga, and he spoke, nigga. Get up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of your grave, nigga. Raise up. You know what I'm saying? That's the condition of our people in, bro. Like some Lazarus shit, nigga. We've been dead for 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually.
Yep.
Our people been
Yep.
dead for 4 days. Shit been dead like a motherfucker. And you got to speak to them places, those dead places that we have. You know what I'm saying? That peace. We ain't got no peace no more. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near like goddamn me. It's chaos. It's like chaos. So that you know what I'm saying? That's like deadness, bro. When you ain't got no peace. And we've been like that for a long time, bro. It's like 4 days, nigga. We've been dead 4 days, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I always got to deal with hate. Shit, nigga. We done took that
Yeah,
shit
man.
in. We done go ahead.
Nah, I'm saying you right, bro. Like that's the thing that we really missing, bro. That spiritual power, bro. That shit that everybody humbles themselves to. You know what I'm saying? That shit that move mountains, man. That spiritual power, man, that everybody gotta humble themselves to, regardless of their differences, regardless of what they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And understand that it's something out there that's bigger than us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That we gotta submit to. You know what I'm saying? People's not willing to submit. People not willing to humble themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's really missing. You know?
They got too much money. You know what I'm saying? They got too much of this and that. They too heavy. They anchored in this world. You know what I'm saying? They too anchored. So when you so anchored like that, shit, it's hard to grasp spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Because spirituality is like some heavenly shit. You know what I'm saying? You connected to heaven and earth. You know what I'm saying? When you so anchored in this world with all these things, all this money you got, you know what I'm saying, that you done hoarded up, you done became heavy now. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to think about nothing spiritual. You don't want to think about nothing spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Nothing spirit. But goddamn it, I got to handle this business right now in this physical. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure all these bills paid. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure my land got them tended to. You know what I'm saying? Shit, everything that's you know, they got something to do with this world, this physical world. Like I say, the land. You worrying about the land too much, but you ain't worrying about territory. You know what I'm saying? God, the only person that can increase your territory. You know what I'm saying? You say you looking at this land deed, but the land don't know your motherfucking name. The land don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. God is the one who increases your boundaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you can't govern the little bit that you have, you definitely ain't gonna give you more to govern.
Right.
Regardless if you got a land deed or none of that shit, my nigga, you ain't gonna be able to keep it because what you did with the little that you had, you ain't gonna be able to manage more.
And listen though, listen this too. You gonna die. You gonna die one day. They can't bury you with the land. You know what I'm saying? You being buried in the land. That's why I be saying, motherfucker, when we was talking about the land ownership, I was like, why motherfuckers ain't buying the land to get buried on the motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So it is pointless. It be pointless. Motherfuckers we just hoarding shit. And we doing this shit wrong because like I was saying, the devil is running this shit. You know what I'm saying? The capitalistic motherfuckers, this system and shit, nigga, that's the devil. That's greed, war, all that old crazy shit. Motherfuckers shooting missiles and shit, blowing up kids and shit. They don't know nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the devil work. You know what I'm saying? That's the devil work. You know what I'm saying? That's just my point of view. That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, all the evil acts that's going on in America and shit, nigga, that's controlled by the devil. That's not of God. Because if God had intervened into their mind or into their heart, you know what I'm saying? That judge would have goddamn gave that little boy what's that boy name? Carmelo Anthony. He would have gave that boy Carmelo Anthony self-defense. God would have stepped in and pricked his heart. You know what I'm saying? And touched his mind. But no, it didn't. The devil touched his mind. The devil was in his heart. You feel me?
Yep.
That shit be deep like that, bro. The system. That's the devil. Straight up. That's how he working.
Yep.
He working through that. You know what I'm saying? God ain't working through it. You know what I'm saying? They lied and try to mask it and say, hey, yeah, this is God. You know what I'm saying? The God we trust, but we know that the devil is the master of the deception and lies, the father of lies. You know what I'm saying? Or the trickery.
Yep.
Shit.
I mean, God got government in place to keep things in order. But as far as its purposes is carrying out the devil's purposes. You know what I'm saying?
You saying like so you saying like the devil worked for God. That's what you saying.
Yeah, in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, they got rules in place to common rules to make sure people don't. So that's why God says to follow the rules of the government and stuff like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because it has to be some type of order.
Down here in hell. Cause shit, man, look, man, you got to learn how to battle that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause when they say about when motherfuckers be saying, I think, what is it called? Free will, right? Free will, freedom, that free will shit, the freedom of choice, that's spiritually. They got something to do with spiritual. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Shit. That's some spiritual shit, man. That free will shit. You got a free will to let the devil take over. Or you can operate in your natural God. You know what I'm saying? Your God body. The natural. You know what I'm saying?
But as long as you operate in a come up against you, even when it comes to the law, you know what I'm saying? God is always going to protect you and make sure you're all right. That's how niggas be beating cases. That's how all of that shit be happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you totally correct. It be some divine shit that happen. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker be beating them goddamn cases and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, something. But we got to watch and be. You know what I'm saying? Because it get tricky. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure. You know what I'm saying? What cases we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like a unalive in it. You know what I'm saying? Type shit like that. You motherfucker beat that case. You know what I'm saying? You know, cause motherfuckers throw your ass up under the goddamn jail. You know.
Yep,
Or
yep.
being accused of some shit. You know what I'm saying? The accusation crimes. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers accusing you of horrendous shit. Them type of charges fall apart.
Yep, yep.
But man, need to get in the right spirit, man. A nigga got to feel theyself with uh like I like to say joy. You know what I'm saying? Be
Joy and
joyful.
peace.
Man, be
Peace.
happy. You know what I'm saying? Be happy for what you got, man. Whatever you got. Shit, be happy for it. You know what I'm saying? If you want more, shit, you know what I'm saying? Pray about it and try to get more. Cause it ain't gonna just fall in your lap. You know, get your soul right. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind right. Period. You know, fuck all that other shit. If you got a lot of money, focus on your soul now. You know what I'm saying? If you got if your soul right, shit, focus on try to get you some money. You know what I'm saying? Try to even it out. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Fuck not having no money, you know what I'm saying, and get mad at God. You know what I'm saying fuck God. You know what I'm saying? Or having a lot of money and saying fuck God. You making a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Get both of them. Have both of it. Shit, have both of it. You know what I'm saying? And be glad that you got it. Shit.
Yeah, don't start taking God blessings and thinking that you solely responsible for it and forget that God had parts in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That like I had asked some while back, can the nigga rob God? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can rob God of his glory. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say be joyous and be glad in everything. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you doing. You know what I'm saying? Praise God everywhere you go. Everywhere your footstep. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Everywhere you go, everybody you meet, be glad. You know what I'm saying? Every situation. Shit, stop being so negative. It's a lot of niggas a lot of niggas negative, bro, online, bro. They got a lot of negativity in them, bro. You can't even talk about nothing, niggas. You a dummy. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit of negativity on the nigga, man.
Yeah, like when niggas wanna be destructive and just all that negative shit, bro. Niggas be in a bad spirit, bro. You know?
Some in their life ain't going right.
Yup. Yup.
Yeah, some in their life ain't going right. You know? Shit, I'm happy for the little shit that I got, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a beautiful daughter. You know what I'm saying? I got a handsome son, 2 sons. I got one that I take care of and one that, you know what I'm saying, that's mine. You know what I'm saying? I raised him from a puppy, so you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm obligated. I wouldn't even feel right if I ain't do, you know what I'm saying, do nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad in that, man. You know what I'm saying? That will bring me joy. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able, you know what I'm saying, to get up every morning, you know what I'm saying, still got 2 feet, go to work, you know what I'm saying, pay my bills and be able to dish out some cash when it's needed. That's it. I'm glad in that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can't even be glad in that. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
smart enough to know. I'm smart enough to know it's something bigger than me.
Yup.
What's bigger
Exactly.
than me? Them kids.
Something bigger than all of us, yo. You know?
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's the main thing, man. It's something bigger than us, man.
Yeah. If you can't understand that, shit, that's where you gonna lose it. It's something bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? If you can recognize that, sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers holler about sacrifice like old boy. What's his name? Damn, who was his name? They said sacrifice his son. Went up there to sacrifice his son.
Oh, Abraham.
Shit. Man, listen. Nigga, I used to sacrifice. I used to cut my throat every night, nigga, for my family. You know what I'm saying? If you can understand what I'm saying spiritually. You know, I used to cut my throat. You know what I'm saying? Getting out there, doing the most. You know what I'm saying? Making it happen, doing what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Shit, bleed, blood, sweat, and tears, and you know what I'm saying? Doing negativity. You know what I'm saying? To feed my family. You know what I'm saying? Sacrificing myself. You know what I'm saying? My freedom, you know what I'm saying? My soul. You know what I'm saying? Everything to feed my family. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I was doing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, I was sacrificing myself. You know what I'm saying? Cutting my throat every night. Shit. Motherfuckers got to understand. I don't see how motherfuckers don't I guess because I was raised up in the church, bro, to where shit. I guess I had a leg up. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? The jump start. You know what I'm saying? Probably might be that.
Yeah, I was raised up in the church too.
Mm-hmm.
From a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Shit. And then Then shit, you know back then shit when we were young, you can't go to nobody's house. Shit, you got to bring some extra clothes. Cause you ain't going to church, you go to somebody's house. You know what I'm saying? You go spend the night at somebody's house, even if you know what I'm saying, when I was running wild in the streets, you know what I'm saying, I want to go spend the night at somebody's house, I got to go to church. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going to church. So I got to bring some church clothes. You know what I'm saying? Something decent. Shit. You going to church with their family. So shit, I just grew up, you know what I'm saying, a little different, man. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? You know, gave me some morals. You know what I'm saying? You know, certain shit that were put in me, you know, through that. You know, not crossing your homeboys, you know what I'm saying, and all of those shit. And, you know, there was certain shit up there was in the Bible, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That Judas, the nigga with that Judas spirit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Crossing their homeboys and all that shit. I grew up to not doing none of that shit. My homeboy, my brother. You know what I'm saying? These are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I grew up different. You know what I'm saying? A nigga got them me a different cloth. See, nigga, the type of nigga that, you know what I'm saying, me and you is, them niggas is dead. Them niggas is dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Shit. In jail, dead. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? They extinct. Now it's these new niggas. A lot of new niggas, you know what I'm saying, that's out here.
Yeah, my girl be telling me that all the time. Like, look how far you came. Like, she tell me, she remind me that all the time. Anytime I get down, you know.
Hey, what was this shit? What was this? You said you said you had a debate or something?
Nah, get niggas to debate about who looking at history from the right point of view, you know. But this is the Tulsa Black Wall Street video right here.
What you doing? You ain't. They ain't gonna hit you. They ain't gonna hit you on that. They'll let you just. They'll let that ride out. How that working?
What?
When
What?
you letting that play?
Nah, this is good money. Tulsa
It's,
joint.
it's good money.
Yeah, you want to see some of it?
Yeah, let it ride.
Uh,
A. Gates, Chair of the Survivors Committee of the Oklahoma Legislative Commission to study the Tulsa Race Riot of 1921. The task of the commission was that we do certain things. Among the tasks assigned, we were to identify persons who were residents of this area. We were to get a more accurate death account, the actual deaths during the riot. We were to identify survivors of the riot and record their testimonies. We were to get a more accurate account of the property losses, insurance records, census records, where people lived, how their property was lost, what happened. We were to locate documents, missing documents, and preserve those documents, physical objects, and so forth. I am chair of the Survivors Committee, and that's what we're meeting here today, all day, April 16th, 1999, at the Greenwood Culture Center in the historic Greenwood District, where 35 blocks of prosperous Black neighborhood was wiped out during this riot. An area so prosperous it was known as the Black Wall Street. So we're going to interview first Mrs. Essie Lee Johnson Beck, age 85. And Mrs. Beck, I want you to just talk to Kevin, talk to me, just tell us what it was like to live in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1921, when an elevated incident, a seemingly insignificant incident, could lead to a riot that eventually would claim over 300 deaths. Our commission can do that. Right now, we can document at least 300 deaths. It could demolish 35 blocks, a 35 block area from Arch to Pine, destroying millions of dollars worth of property. This was an area so elite, it was called the Black Wall Street. Booker T. Washington called it that. What was it like living in Tulsa, Oklahoma at that time? And tell us especially what happened the day of that riot.
Well, being a little girl, it was, I was frightened. I was scared. And we had to get out of the way. And there were airplanes flying in the sky that seemed to have been dropping something down to the houses and setting them on fire. And of course, we had to run to try to stay out of their way. And because we didn't want to get burned. And so we just running. And we were trying to get to an area where the Golden Gate Park was and go out there and hide. And we finally made it out there. My mother and about 2 or 3 of my sisters and brothers were ducking and dodging and running to get to the Golden Gate Park. That's what it was called at that time. And we finally made it out there. And when the planes would fly over, we would see them dropping something to the rooftops of the different houses and setting them on fire. And of course, we were crying and running and doing things like that. And we finally got out of their way and found somewhere to hide. We didn't get out of our house until early the next morning. And they would tell us to stay away from the windows because they were shooting in the windows and things like that. And we would run and try to survive. We saw the 1 or 2 planes flying over and looked like they would drop something from the plane to the roof of a house. And we saw the houses that were burning. There was smoke and things like that. And I didn't see any that, but I did see houses burning. And we saw them trying to set one of the churches on fire, and it wouldn't
Crazy,
burn.
right?
I don't remember what
Man,
church
them folks
it
went to
was.
war. Man, it's like this, like
But
somebody going to war with, you know what I'm saying? It's out the
we
United States.
survived and seemed like we
You
spent
know what
our
I'm
first
saying?
night
Like
in a
a
school
foreign
room,
entity
one of the
probing
schools.
into the United States and doing
And
something to the United States. But
Yeah.
it's just the own people doing
the
it.
family, my mother
Dropping
and
bombs
I,
out of
and
planes and shit.
my sister and brother. But my father was out on the streets helping them to rescue the rest of us.
Oh. How would you about reparations? Do you think somebody ought to pay for?
I sure do. I think we should be. And I had thought that they were going to give us money to start out all over again. But if they gave any, I didn't hear about it.
I understand they did put up some tents where.
Yes.
Did you all stay in a tent?
We lived in a tent.
Oh, what was that like, living in a tent during the winter?
It was something else. But
Oh my God.
that's all we had to depend on. So we lived in it.
Did you have a floor in your tent? Some people said their daddies said, "You're not going to be on this dirt."
Well, we had dirt. We lived on the ground.
Okay.
And the tent was above, you know. And we made it. We made it.
Man, that's crazy fucking work.
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
I made my first million last year, actually.
What line of work are you in?
I'm in sales.
Okay, what's the best?
That's the type of shit I don't be
Tell
like.
us what it was like to be 9 years old and caught in a
It's your
race
type of
riot.
shit right here, BlackIce.
At 9 years old, it was most disturbing because I was asleep and my mother when my mother awakened me and she told me to get up and so she could dress me. And naturally, a child that age who wanted to just sleep and not hear and don't hear, well, I didn't answer at first, but this is a phrase she used when she really got up. She says, Eldoris, get up so I can get you dressed. The white folks are killing the colored folks. And I thought, when she said that, I jumped up and I thought that we were just being lined up and ambushed like that. But anyway, in looking out the door, I could see nothing but black rolling smoke from the south. And people on the Lily Valley Railroad all across, about 5 or 6 breaths across the road, going north. And when we left our house, I was so afraid because bullets were coming down around us. The planes were up in the air, shooting down, and I could hear those bullets falling. And all of a sudden, when we got to the track, I went over the track, and there were a lot of people running, dodging, just afraid. So I ran into this, they ran into a chicken coop.
Yo, BlackIce, they were shooting out the planes?
Shit. I bet they was.
Man, I didn't know they were
Man, they were
shooting out the
little though.
planes.
You know what I'm saying? They were little, so they really, you know what I'm saying? They remember that shit. And you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling ain't no telling what them white folks had in they got. They probably ride through that bitch shooting a goddamn military pistol about that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just shooting at people out that motherfucker.
At that time of year, way back then, people had chickens and had chicken coops. This was an empty one, I guess, but people just filled it up. I ran in with them and got in the corner and just afraid to death. My father had to come in and get me, and I really pulled back, didn't want to go because I just didn't know what to do. So anyway, we went on down the track with the rest of the people. I don't know where we stopped, but we stopped at one little country town. And the people were so nice to us. White people. They had an empty house. And he said to them, you could just stay in this house tonight. And they did give us food. And the next morning, someone talked with my mother and says, if you go, you can go to the hospital. Said, I have some friends there, and I'm sure they will give you a place to live. So we did go to the hospital, and we stayed the rest of the week. And the people were nice to us.
That's crazy, man. Boy.
Like the day of that ride, what effect it had on you and your little sister and your parents and
They had to
your
live with
neighbors
white
and
people,
this whole
son.
city.
Said white people
Nigga, they were
came.
nice.
Time that they came through picking up the Negro men. And at the time, we were in the attic. Father thought it might be good for him to stay downstairs, and he would talk louder so we could hear him. But bullets were raining on our roof, and my mother thought it was either airplanes or something from Standpipe Hill, but they were raining on there. So when the man asked my father, said, "Nigga, do you have a gun?" He might have had one. I don't know if he was shooting, but he said no. He said, "We're taking you on." He said, "Please don't burn my house. Don't set my house on fire." Well, that was wishful thinking because everything around was burning. And they said, okay. As they were going away, within 5 minutes, our house was smoking and we go up the alley. So we rushed downstairs as quick as we could. We had one baby boy, was about 2 years old, I think. And mother had to get out the attic. We had to get out very quickly. And as we went out the door, you could see telephone poles falling, fire. And that's when my little sister said, Ken, is the world on fire? I said, I don't know, but we in lots of trouble here. Well, we walked on down to Convention Hall, and there they had many people, there thousands of people lined up, and the only way you could be released is that some white employer would come and vouch for you. And my father was working for Cox at the time, and he did come and my father was there among all those people trying to find him because of the names being called. And when he took us, when he came to get us, I was at that time, as I stated before, I hated all white people because that's who was destroying us and doing everything. But I changed that attitude after Mr. Wilcox was so nice. My father had been working for him a long time. He treated him like a real human being. So we stayed at his house for a while. My mother was devastated. She didn't know what to do. She was real young too. She didn't know what to do, trying to raise kids and live in the basement of his house while we were trying to get our house, start get the house repaired and rebuilt. And the people did not want to sell my father any materials to build. So we had to live in a tent for a good while. But that particular issue, I lost mentally devastate my family. My mother and father had moved here from Texas. They're from Texas. And they would have left Tulsa, but my father worked for this rich man, this multi-millionaire, Wilcox Oil and Gas. So he decided to try to stick it out. We did stay. Now, many things happened. I was shown lots of discrimination after that, but we stayed on him. At 18, I left and went to California. I went to New Orleans to school, and after I finished from Xavier, I went to California, taught school for 30 years.
Eve Online is a vast...
You gotta live in a tent, you know what I'm saying? And goddamn me, nigga, you got out your place, nigga. You had too much money.
Race rights survivor number
This nigga was 17, so he
3,
have a better
Venice
account.
Dunn Sims. Mrs. Sims was a 17-year-old student at Booker T. Washington the day that the riot broke out. She says they were preparing for their junior-senior prom, and she has many vivid memories of this riot and where she was, how it affected her, how it affected people around. Good Samaritans, good white Samaritans who befriended them. She is just a walking history book, and it's a delight to interview a riot survivor with a memory as sharp and alert as hers, and with specific eyewitness details. Mrs. Sims. Okay, go on and tell her. Tell them about the riot, what you were doing, and all the things you've been telling us.
Oh, and I say there wasn't so much I could tell, but one thing, up on the Standpipe Hill, they were shooting from there, and where our home was located on Kenosha in the 800 block, we were out in the backyard. My father came and had us to come in because the bullets were falling out in the backyard. Fellow friend of his, Andy McMullen, came over to our home and got the family and took them out to his house. He's lived way out on the outskirts of town. I guess that would be, I imagine, somewhere in the vicinity where the new Booker T. Washington School is now, back in that vicinity. And we stayed there until after this was all over with. When we came back, nothing but the ground. Home burned down, everything, nothing there.
And you told me about Booker T. Washington School. Tell me where it was located and how it was used as a center.
Booker T. Washington School at that time was on Eastern Street. I don't know, it was between Greenwood and whatever that street is going back, Detroit, I think it was. And they took the injured men, that's what you want me to do?
Yes, ma'am.
They took the injured men there, made it, in fact, set up a place just like a hospital. And there we cared for the injured. Volunteer help went in to help the doctors and whatever they had to do. like helping them with the bathing and the medications and things of that concern. And the place was, I couldn't say just how many men, but it was full. They had set up in two sections. One section was, I guess you would call that let's see, this side would be the east side. Yeah. It was the east section they had to set up, and then they had it set up on the west section. And just cots. It wasn't beds, it was just those army cots. That's what the men were laying on. And it was any number of them brought in there for where they'd been shot and things like that or beat.
Now you were a young girl and you volunteered. What kind of things did you do?
And help.
What, you bathe them and help with the medication?
Well, they wouldn't let us bathe them.
Well, what did you do? What did you do?
We'll give them water, get their clothes and take into them, help them with their feeding, things like that. But no, we didn't. We didn't do that because the doctors and the nurses done that. Because see, the girls, when they wouldn't let us do that.
Oh, I see. Did some of them die? Did they take them to the morgues, or what did you do?
Well, they would take them out another direction so we wouldn't see them. They would have us to go back, in one section of this place where they had set up, and they would take the dead out another way. So we couldn't tell how many went out to that was dead. But some did survive, we know that. So some were shot in the arms and they had legs and bombed up and things of that concern.
Tell me about after the riot. Did you your house, you said, was burned to the ground?
It was burned to the ground.
How did you all rebuild, or what did you do after the riot?
Well, after the riot, they gave everyone tents, to live in. That's what they were supposed to have to live in. My father took one and he built the floor, got wood and made a floor and all, because he said he wouldn't have us on the ground.
Now let's get back to that riot. I just can't imagine what it feels like to have bullets dropping around.
It's scary.
Tell me about that.
Well, when bullets falling around, you don't know whether to run, whether to lay down, whether to sit, or what. You just standing there this way.
And your dad was real concerned for you.
Well, it was pathetic.
Yes.
When you out in the yard and bullets, but they were coming from Standby Hill.
Yes.
That's where they were coming from.
And of course, you all never got any insurance money, anything on your lost property. That's what we found in our riot study.
They didn't give you nothing.
That's what we
You just burned out. That's all.
Have you, have you all ever forgotten the riot, or will it always be a memory?
No, the riot is only in my family. It's only two of us living now. My sister, who lives in Springfield, Missouri, and myself. And you'll never forget that riot. That's something to be always in your remembrance. How people were killed, and you go in and see the people mangled. And then some people you never heard of anymore. You don't know where they were killed, where they just left town, because Mr. Berry at that time, he had one, he had the bus line. They called it the Jitney. And he had one bus, we called it Old Blue. It was a blue bus, big bus. And my uncle had left, this bus. And the man that drove that bus, he filled it with people and took them to Muskogee. All they could cram on there. They say when the bus was pulling out, people were just
trying to take safety away from the riot.
Get on in safety. But he took all that he could pile into that bus to Muskogee, Oklahoma, to get them out of the riot.
If you often feel your blood pressure is on the higher side, we recommend eating 2 pieces a day. If you want to maintain your cardiovascular health, we suggest making it a regular part of your diet. This is a deep sea caught.
What the fuck was that, BlackIce? What type of fish was that? What the fuck?
What I remember most of everything was during the race riot. My little neighbor, Arvella Johnson, now deceased, and I were walking and running down the street holding hand in hand. I don't know as to exactly whether at what time of the riot this was, but I do remember the two of us running in front of our houses, which we lived next door to each other, hand in hand. But what I remember mostly is when all of a sudden my mother was excited, is because that she saw 4 men coming toward our house, and all of them had torches, lighted torches on their side, coming straight to our house. My 2 sisters and my brother, all of us were in the house, and she told us to get up under the bed quickly. So as a result, we got up under the bed, and I was the last one to get under the bed because my old sister had to pull me under the bed, being 5 years old. And when these people came in, these 4 men came in, they walked right past the bed, right straight to the curtains in the house. And they set fire to the curtains. And as a result, everything in and around was burning. And that's what I remember more than anything else. And that eventually they left after then, and eventually this fire caused our house to burn down completely to the ground.
Didn't one of the officers step on your finger?
Yes. And my sister had to pull me back under the bed, is because that in leaving, it's always been a thing. It's whether it was they were leaving or whether they were coming back. I've thought about this a lot of times. Were they coming in or were they going back out when they stepped on my finger? And so I just couldn't remember at 5 years old, but I know they did step on my finger, and my sister put her hand over my mouth to keep me from hollering. Mm. Now, that's my story that I remember of the race ride. And as a result, our house was burnt down by the men with four men with torches.
God damn.
At that time, I was rather young to really know what emotional background it would have with me. Because being as young as I was, around about 5 or 6 years old, and hearing my grandfather and mother speak about, come on the inside, come on the inside. There's gunfire going on. Well, naturally, I didn't understand really what they were talking about gunfire until my grandpa said, come to here, your mama talking to you about coming on the inside. So anyway, I came on the inside. And as far as I can close my eyes and remember, after the gunfire, seemed like there was, I guess, been 4 or 5 white fellows that came to the house. And my mother and my baby sister and myself, we put us up under the bed and told us to keep our mouths shut, don't say nothing. But naturally, meeting, wanting, we say no, still want to know what was going on. And Grandpa, boy, don't you hear your mom say, keep quiet. Anyway, after that, somehow he managed, I don't know where Grandpa got the wagon from, or the horses, or whatever was going to pull us away from there. But I remember very, very clearly the white people, they went on because I thought they were going to do some harm to my grandfather there. But nevertheless, looking at him and he being an elderly man, which I was happy to know they didn't shoot him or kill him there at the house. They seemed to be pretty nice people by letting us get in the wagon and go on about our business. And I can remember which was, you talking about a disturbing moment was when we got to the edge of was hysteria here. We hadn't got even through the town of Paradise before this white guy asked my grandfather, "Where the hell you going?" Using the N-word. And my grandpa said, we're going out of town. And he said, not this day, you're not going out of town. Bam!
You saw your grandfather get shot?
I saw him get shot. Bam! And he just told my mother that I was screaming, oh, you have killed my father. You killed. And I thought he was the same. But it didn't kill her. And from then on, I can't remember really how my mother managed to get us on through Sperry and Skytooth and got us as far as no one. Because my father lived there. Of course, my mother and father had separated, but and of course, what made it so nice with him and my mother, see, my father was white. So that made a big difference right then. Because he used my mother as a mistress, what you call, you got a wife and already got a woman beside you, mystery woman. Well, that's what that, they got 3 kids by my mother. And of course, they died in the kids, baby. And that's as far back as I can bring you up to date, and as far it will always bring a scar to me. And I don't ever even speak of it, never even thought about speaking of this here kind of happenings until I got with Don Ross and Maxine to speak on the subject as a rap. I've been asked from time to time, what do I think about it? And I just say this, in which maybe I shouldn't. I said, why should you dig up a barrel of worm so that crawl everywhere, other than just let this year, let the dirt and worms die and forget about what done happened. But when I think about it, to speak honest about it, is a beneficiary to the young people of today, knowing that Tulsa has not always been what it is today. You got so much to be thankful for that you're halfway there. You got a long ways yet to go for it to be free.
Clear the way! It's time for the Big Bang! Time for a blow-up! Blow for time!
This woman in Kansas City searched her name and found $6.1 million in unclaimed money. Like what?
Wait, you don't know about unclaimed money? This is something everybody should know about. The government may owe you money, and you can go and search your name on binverified.com.
Go on.
Okay, let's say you have money left over from an old job, a closed bank account, tax refund, pensions, inheritance, security deposit. Each year, millions of dollars like this go unclaimed.
Wow, you need to tell me how I could check if there's anything for me.
Just go to binverified.com.
Now, the night of the riot, we were sitting out in our yard, and the people started coming through the gate, just running through, going out the back. So they came so fast, my mother finally asked them where were they going. And they said they were having a riot over the hill, which was known then as the Brickyard Hill. We lived north of that. And they were just running, didn't know where they were going. And must have been about 8 o'clock in the morning, we persuaded Mama to let us go and get with the crowd. We didn't know where we were going. And when we got to Pine and Greenwood, the Home Guard had come from Oklahoma City. And they stopped us there. And they marched us from there down Pine to Cincinnati, from Cincinnati and Pine down to where the
Mohawk?
No, downtown on Brady. What is that?
Oh, the convention
Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got to the convention hall, they searched us before they would let us go in. And my mother had picked up my oldest brother's service revolver before we left home and had it in a little satchel. And they wanted to see it. And she said, I don't have anything in here but some important papers. So one of them said, well, old dogs have new tricks like young ones. And they searched and took the pistol and gave her the bag back. So we went in and found us a seat. And we sat there until I guess must have been about 4 o'clock in the evening when a white family my mother worked for had been there twice to ask about us because she had given her name. And we didn't ever answer. So when they finally turned us loose and said, if you have a home that you think you might go to, you may be excused. So we walked from the convention hall to 1145 North Denver, where she had food prepared for us. And when we left, she said, well, Betty, you can go home. And if you don't have a home, said you come back and we'll put some cots up in the basement for you. But we had some real poor white neighbors who lived across the street. And every time the firebugs would come to set the fire to our house, these white folks would come over there and put it out. That's how we happened to have a home after the riot.
Mm.
And then I don't know how they got these little cards printed so fast, but everybody had a little ID card. School children and all told what you did
and you had to have that little ID wherever you went.
Well, there was a lot of commotion around. I remember, and my mom was very excited about what was going on, all the noise. My dad just got in work. He went back, went to sleep. And she woke him up and said, I don't think you ought to go to sleep. It's too much going on. And I understand that there's a group of people going down Dumas, down to Greenwood to follow the commotion. You ought to go down there and see what's going on. We'll stay here and wait for you. So Dad had an old pistol around the house there. He put one in his pocket and he took off. He didn't want to go, but he came on down. Went down as far as Greenwood. Deep Greenwood, they call it. That's the Oklahoma Eagle office. It wasn't Oklahoma Eagle office then. I think it had another name. And he just hung around there to see what was going on. He heard that they were trying to lynch a black boy down there at the courthouse, six in Bow, I believe it was. And then he came on back home. He stayed there just a little while, and he was gone for about 3 or 4 hours. When he got back home, it was just about daybreak. He had a cousin that had come in here from Dumas, Arkansas, about 2 years before he came here. In fact, he had promised to look out for Dad and the kids until Dad got him a good job. And he came in, and he was really excited. He had 2 pistols. And he told my dad, whose name was Newton, said, Newt, you better get your wife and kids on out of here because being here on this street's not going to be safe for you when it comes daybreak. He said, if I were you, I'd take these kids out to the park. Go close to the Midland Valley Track. That would have been the Golden Gate Park, which is now Dirty Butter Creek. Every time I pass it on Apache, I think about it. See, take those kids out of the park now. And at that time, see, when you hit the Pine, you ran into a lot of trees and undeveloped areas. The railroad track was there, but on the left side of the railroad track, which had been the west side, there was a lot of trees, thick as a jungle, all the way down to Apache and even Barlow. So, and they had a Golden Gate Park. This Golden Gate Park was a waterway that ran through there. And it looked like it was deep enough with enough for coverage from trees and shrubs to hide people. So there were a lot of them hiding down in there. So Dad took his family down in there, about 5 of us all together, 3 boys and 2 girls, and my mother and Dad. And because he had his sister-in-law with him, and she had 1 kid. No, she just pregnant. She hadn't had a kid. And her husband. And they got down in there, and it looked like it was too much light. They couldn't hide enough. And Dad thought he'd get out and do a little scouting and see if he could find a place that would give him more cover. And while he was gone, daybreak came in light and clear. And then there was a truck stopped up to the top of the road up there, which would have been Apache. And he hollered down and said, hey, what you guys doing down there? And Dad told him he had his family down there. And he said, why don't you come up here and talk to us? And it looked like it was soldiers, but they weren't dressed as soldiers. We only had 1 or 2 items of soldiers on, like a shirt or a hat, and wearing a helmet. And they had rifles. So Dad went up and talked with them. And my uncle went up there and talked to them too. He said, we're going to have to take you boys downtown. He said, no, you can't take us here and leave the women and kids together. You gotta have somebody here to protect them. He said, well, they'll be all right. We'll have somebody. We'll leave somebody here with them. In fact, we'll send a truck back to pick them up. So that's what they did. They took my dad and uncle away from them and left us down there in the gutter. And it wasn't long before they had another truck with some soldiers in it that came, picked us up, put us all in the truck, took us down to the convention center. Once we got in the convention center, well, they started feeding us apples. And I felt real good then. Gave me something to eat because I hadn't had anything to eat all night long. And my mom was with me. My aunt was with me. And my sister and my brother was with me. It was 3 of the kids and the 2 women folks. And we didn't see Dad anymore for a couple of days. Because I heard later on what had happened to him. They had taken him on to the, what is now called, it's a whiskey store down there. It used to be called Fairground. In McNulty? And it's McNulty Park. So that's where they took him. And he was a bunch of Negro men down there. And they left him there in that park for a couple of days. Mom was working for a white family. She got in touch with them and they went down and got him out. And brought him on back to the home. By that time, we had gotten back into the house.
There's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%. Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. It cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products. Try Dawn Power Wash.
This is Buick now. Buick. Exceptional by design. Get 0.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $2,250 purchase allowance on Encore GX.
The Oklahoma Commission submitted its final report on February 28, 2001. The report was nearly 200 pages. It confirmed what the survivors had always said, that the Tulsa Police Department had participated in the violence, that the Oklahoma National Guard had helped round up Black residents instead of protecting them, and that the official death toll of 36 was a severe undercount. Credible estimates, the report noted, put the number of Black deaths as high as 300. The commission described what had been done to Greenwood plainly. It called it an act of horror. And then it made 5 recommendations. Direct cash payment to the living survivors, direct cash payment to their descendants, a scholarship fund, an economic development enterprise zone in the historic Greenwood district, and a memorial for the proper burial of victims' remains. The Oklahoma State Legislature considered those recommendations and rejected them. The survivors received no direct payment, no individual check, no acknowledgement of personal loss. The only thing that came out of the legislature was a limited scholarship program. The survivors who had finally been asked to tell their stories, who had waited decades for someone to listen, were told in the end that their testimony was appreciated, but their losses would not be repaid. In 2020, the last 3 known living survivors filed a lawsuit. They were over 100 years old. The case was dismissed by a Tulsa County court in 2023. The Oklahoma Supreme Court upheld that dismissal in June 2024 in an 8-1 vote. In January 2025, the Department of Justice concluded there was no longer a path to criminal prosecution. No one has ever been charged with a crime for what happened in Greenwood on May 31st and June 1st, 1921. Eddie Faye Gates died on December 9th, 2021 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She was 87 years old. She died just months after the centennial of the massacre she had spent years working to document. She didn't live to see the Oklahoma Supreme Court's final ruling. She didn't live to see the Department of Justice close the door. But she lived long enough to find 200 survivors, to sit across from them, press record, and make sure that what they carried for 80 years was finally on the record. That work exists. Those tapes exist. The voices you heard in this video exist because of her. The history they tried to bury is still here. And so is the fight.
Yesterday was amazing. Rachel was determined to live her life on her terms, not her migraines. Because after years of coping, Rachel took the next step to find an option that could work for her. Yesterday, breakthroughs were made and lives were changed. But that was yesterday. Let's outdo yesterday. Talk to a doctor about migraine treatment options at PfizerForAll.com.